Hi, this is Carolyn Elephant on MyShingle.com and welcome to day 13 of your law firm. So this is the long-awaited video that I promised last week about a tech tool that you might want to experiment with in your practice. As I suggested in last weekend's video, the weekend is a great time to fool around with technology tools. You have an opportunity to focus on them and to see if it might be something that will work for you. What I like to do with tech tools is use something that is going to solve an immediate problem for me and use it and employ it in the simplest possible way. I don't want to sit down with a 30-page user manual and learn all the bells and whistles up front for a tool that may not serve my needs. So with that, I'm going to introduce you to one of the tools that I do use in my practice that I find very useful, and I think you will too. It's called Calendly, and essentially the reason I like Calendly is because it solves two immediate problems. The first problem is one that all of us as attorneys and busy professionals have experienced, and that's the problem of trying to set a meeting or a lunch date or some other type of scheduled event with a colleague or a client. You know the drill. You call them on the phone, you engage in some phone tag, and then you go to emails and you go back and forth, and then you go back and forth on the days that you're available. Well, Calendly cuts through all of that because what it enables you to do is send a link to the party who you want to meet up with and give them access, essentially give them access to your calendar. They can pick a date for availability and it's immediately set, problem solved. The second thing that Calendly does is it actually makes sure that those dates get entered into your planner. Now, I am known for sometimes scheduling dates or agreeing to things on the phone and not entering that information into my calendar. Day comes around and I forget about it. What Calendly does is you can set it up so that it immediately syncs with your calendar and enters the phone call that's been scheduled or the event that's been scheduled right away without you having to do anything. And so it's a little bit of automation there that makes sure that those events don't slip through the cracks. So I wanted to show you a little bit about how to use Calendly. I will tell you I'm not really a power user. I use it basically for for scheduling phone calls in bulk or for individual networking calls. If you want to learn more about everything Calendly can do, there are lots of YouTube videos online and also resources at the site. But what I find the easiest way to start using a technology tool is to just go ahead and start using it in the easiest way possible. And so, as you can see, Calendly offers a way to get started for free, and I would suggest that you do that to play around with it before you decide if you want to make it part of the suite of tools you use in your practice. So anyway, I've already signed up for an account. I'm going to go directly into my account here. And what I want to do, this will let me see what's on my calendar, but more importantly for purposes of this recording, what I want to do is show you how to schedule an event. And so to do that, you want to go to event types over here. So what you can do is set up different types of events. For example, if you have weekly networking calls or you'd like to make yourself available for weekly consults, you can set up an event type called law firm consultation or initial consultation. And you can set it up and block out time where you would be available for that consultation. What I'm going to do here, though, just to show you how to use this, is just show you how to use Calendly for a very simple one-on-one, one-off, one-time meeting. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to, again, choose a one-on-one event. You can, again, schedule a group event if you're working with like a bar committee and you need to set up times to have group calls. You can do it that way. But what I'm going to do is just schedule a simple one-on-one event. I'm going to call it networking call. Now it asks for a physical location, and getting something at the Starbucks, I could put that in here. But what I'm going to say here is a remote by phone. And then for the instructions, I'm going to tell them how to, how we're going to connect. So what I'm going to say is, please call me. really what I would do is I have a Zoom number, and what I would probably do is just put that here where they would get the information for Zoom and they could call me. But again, this is a description of the event and also of how they will get in touch with me. So, and I could say, please call me. I would probably put in my number also, or a link to Zoom, however they are going to get in touch with me. Or again, I can give them the option of calling me. I can say, please provide your contact information. I will call you. So I want to assign a color to the event. Again, this is not really so useful for a one-off call, but if you were going to do these as, a consultation, you would assign a certain color to it. I go to the next page. So what this lets me do is it shows when people can book the calls and for how long. So here I'm just going to have this initial call be 30 minutes. And then the date range gives them the dates over which they can schedule these calls. So for this individual one-to-one call, I want to schedule this quickly. I don't want to give them my 60-day calendar and have this person schedule with me 2 months from now. But if, for example, I were using this for consults, what I would do is I would probably block off my calendar for 60 days and create an event called consultation, and then block off time, say, every Thursday from 2 to 5 and make myself available. But for purposes of this, I'm just going to make myself available for the next 4 rolling days. So I come down to my calendar and you see here, these are the rolling days that are available. So I'm going to and I can go in and edit my availability. The default is that I'm available all day, but for today, I'm just going to be available from 4 to 5 p.m. and I'll just apply it to today. Tomorrow, let's say I'm available all day on Friday, and then let's say on Monday, I'm actually unavailable. So I'm going to say I'm unavailable. Now again, today I'm just going to say I'm unavailable for January 21st, but if you decided to do this in blocks, you might just say you're unavailable for the next 60 days, you're unavailable every Monday and every Tuesday. And so that way you would take those off the calendar so people couldn't schedule those days. But this time I'll say I'm just unavailable on the Monday. So now I have my, and you can also take your availability from these other calls too. So now I have my availability scheduled here, and now I will go ahead and put this in, and this will give me a link. So over here, this is the link to my call. These are some additional options. You can also here ask somebody, what is your phone number? That way, if you have to contact them, this is a prompt to them to put in their phone number so that they call you. You want to save that. So, and you say it's required to make sure that they provide it to you. These are notification policies that you can specify. If you have one, you can just go in and say what it is. I've just, for purposes of this, used default. And if you decide to do paid consults, it actually gives you the ability to accept payments. But since this is just a call, I'm just going to schedule that way. So then I go to the live page, and this is what the person will see for scheduling. Remember, I was just available this afternoon and on Friday. They can go in and pick Friday at 10. They confirm the time. After they confirm, you can see here, they have to put in their phone number. So if I'm going to call them, that is how I will get their number. And I schedule the event. So it's all scheduled. It's remote by phone. I will get an email of this to my email, and it will also go directly into my calendar. And I can just go back and show you how it was that it went into my calendar. What I've done is I've connected it to my Gmail calendar. And so as a result, these calls go in directly. So anyway, give Calendly a try. I guarantee it will save you a lot of time. You will find yourself following up and having meetings that previously you just gave up on. If you decide to use Calendly, let me know how it went and send me an email in the comment, post something in the comments if you have any questions. And if you have a tool that you love using, let me know and I will share it with our other viewers. Thanks a lot and keep watching our videos and visit the blog, MyShingle.com.